Network. Welcome to a special edition of the Sports Wrap with the grizzled young veteran Marty Roberts, and some Greek guy was supposed to come in, but I don't know what he's doing. Maybe here. I don't know what he's doing. All right, let's get to it. We're going to touch on everything sports today, but first, since we got the grizzled young veteran, the pitcher, famous pitcher, Blue Jays snap their losing streak, beat the Pittsburgh Pirates. Pittsburgh 20 wins. Blue Jays don't even have 20 wins. All right, 4-0, and George Springer hitting a 2-run dinger. Marty, your thoughts?
Well, you knew they had to come out of it, right? Yes, it's nice that Springer had the home run, but he was still 1 for 5, so he's still not hasn't found it yet. Bassett, hell of a game by Bassett.
Seven innings. Yep.
7 innings, no runs. I think he had 5 or 6 strikeouts. He had Pittsburgh confused. Pittsburgh's a young team. They probably haven't seen a guy up there throwing 5, 6, 7 pitches like he throws. But you know what? They showed up, which was nice. Start this series with a W after just a god-awful performance in Boston. But when we talked about the Boston series yesterday, another thing that was bothering me is about that series was how they played defense. Their defense was terrible, and they showed up. They made some plays today. Chapman's doing his Chapman things. Bo made a couple nice plays, so that was nice to see and to get this first W versus Pittsburgh. Now tomorrow they got Barrios going.
All right. Well, and Vlad Guerrero and all that. Losing, getting swept by Boston. All right, and then now they have to play Pittsburgh and Philadelphia, and let's. I don't know the last score here, but Yankees were down 4-0 to Tampa. I think they tied it up, and do you have the score?
Tampa ended up winning that game. I believe it was 5-4.
All right, so Yankees are slipping away. Also, Tampa's still up there and everything. Everybody, every team in the American League East, except for Tampa, have a lull there. So, Blue Jay fans, don't worry. You're still in good terms, but there was a big pop, let's say, okay? There's a big pop. He's on the disabled list and all that. You want to touch on that? Because a lot of people are talking about that.
Yeah, Zach Pop yesterday felt something. It looks like it was his hamstring. I don't know if he popped it, pulled it, stretched it, ripped it. Who knows? I guess they'll do an MRI of it and see how it is. But yeah, he left yesterday, and hopefully it's not too long that he's going to be on the IR, because as much as their bullpen hasn't been great of late, they still need arms in the bullpen. They can't keep rolling out the same guys over and over. So I think they brought up, what's his name, Jackson today.
Yeah.
He threw pretty good in spring training.
He was the last sent down by the Blue Jays.
Yep.
They made a tough decision, but he was one of the last send downs.
Yeah, so they released him because that's what his contract had said. If he wasn't going to make the team, he got released by a certain day, and then they re-signed him, and he came back and he signed with the Jays. So I would expect him, because he wants to stay up here. He doesn't want to get sent back down to AAA. So I expect when he gets in, he'll be doing continuing what he was doing in spring training here, because he doesn't want to get sent down again. And he's not a bad pitcher.
Decent.
Now he's 35. He's 35, right? He's in his mid-30s, so he's not a spring chicken. But we need some arms that can throw. He's 95, 96 miles an hour with I think it's a slider he has as well. So it can't hurt having him in the bullpen.
No, it can't hurt. And, they need more arms. And we touched on this maybe a few months ago, but Marty, I'm going to say this. How many left-handed relievers do we have?
Yeah, we only have Meza. And that's, I'm sitting there and trying to think, like, who else could we get? And, no one's going to look to trade relievers away now, or anyone for that matter, because it's just 33, 34 games into the season, right? But yeah, it'd be nice to have another lefty out there. Instead, Mays is throwing good. I think it's like a 0.8 ERA so far this year.
Yeah,
he's throwing the ball well, but we need another solid lefty out there to bring in when it's later in the game and they've already used Meza and they don't have anyone else. So a nice lefty would be perfect in the bullpen. But then you're going to come into this issue in probably about another month or so, month and a half, when Green comes back, Simber's healthy. Then you're going to have an abundance of guys. Who's going to be gone? What's going to happen? I think, Joe, there is one trade, candidate, I'll call it, out there for the Jays. I think they eventually go to the White Sox when Hendricks is back and he's shown that he's recovered, and they look to make a trade there and bring him in to be like that 1-1A type guy in the bullpen with Romano.
Your buddy Eric Smith's watching this, so let's a shout out to Eric Smith here, okay? So a shout out to
Some tickets, Eric. Some tickets, Eric. Oh, Eric Smith. I thought we were talking Eric Cohen. Eric Smith.
Yes.
Oh, the lefty pitcher from Durham College, going to be playing for East York Bulldogs.
Oh, now, Eric, why? Why are you going to play for the East York Bulldogs? The guy can't even show up to his own show here. All right. So, Marty, let's talk about now. Hopefully, they could go on a win streak here through Pittsburgh and through Philadelphia. And boy, Pennsylvania are going to hate us. All right. So, tomorrow, another game. I believe it's at 6:00 tomorrow as well.
Yeah, it's under the lights tomorrow as well. So.
And let's look at a small preview for tomorrow's game.
Well, you're gonna have Barrio starting, so hopefully he doesn't do what he did last game. That's for sure. Like if it goes off of what he did last year, and this is what he did last year, he'd string 2 or 3 really good games in a row, and then have one really bad game that just sends his ERA skyrocketing, right? And that's what we've seen so far early on. He has 2 or 3 really good starts, and then 2 really bad starts. His ERA is like 5.3 right now. So they have to get consistency out of Barrios. That's the one thing they have to do. If they can get some type of consistency out of Barrios in that 4 spot, it makes things so much easier. Because honestly, like to me, if Barrios and Kikuchi go back to what they were doing last year, we'll say, the Jays are going to have to find some way of breaking them up.
Yep.
Because you can't have guys going back-to-back starts, possibly only going 4 or 5 innings, and taxing the bullpen. So you might have to, at some point, look to drop Bassett down in between those 2, or somehow Gossman or Manoah. Somehow something would have to be done if these 2 guys. No, Kikuchi, I'm not good. Kikuchi's still pretty good.
Kikuchi is the 5th starter. My really worrisome is Alek Manoah. Like we talked about through all the shows, and you brought us up, I don't know, months ago, even on spring training. And spring training is they're just practicing and all that. But his velocity and on his pitches has gone, what did you say, 3-4 miles lower?
Yeah, well, he was topping out at 96, right? Now he's down to like 92, 93. He gets up to 96 every now and then. But yes, his velo is down, and it'd be interesting to see if there is something that's some nagging injury that is not enough to put him on the injured list, but enough to just irritate him enough where he's not just right when he's on the mound. He's not a guy, Barrios is not a guy, or Manoah's not a guy who's going to say, I want to miss my start. So it's going to have to be up to Schneider and Atkins and Walker if they think something's wrong with them to have him skip a start. But Manoah's never going to give them the ball and say he's too sore. So to me, like in his slider as well is just a little too loopy for me. Last year was really tight. Now he had that a couple starts ago. It was really nice. I think it was against the Yankees. He looked really good. But then last game, yes, he only gave up 2 earned runs out of the 5, but he didn't look good after, I think it was the 2nd inning. So hopefully he'll figure it out. I'm not overly concerned about him just yet, but I am concerned about, like I said, Barrios and Kikuchi, if they go revert back and they're only getting 4 or 5 innings. We already have a bullpen that gets taxed as it is.
Yeah.
Now you add that you're going to have to bring guys in all the time for the 4th starter and the 5th starter. That could be a bit of an issue, but let's hope Barrios is figuring it out. And tomorrow he goes and he throws a gem against the Pirates.
All right, so let's get to some other finals here, and then we'll touch on something else. Baltimore destroying Atlanta in the first game here in Atlanta, 9-4.
And they faced probably Atlanta's top starter in Fried, right? So, and it was close. It was 2-1, I think, to the 5th inning, and then Baltimore just blew it open. It was 9-1 when I looked.
It was seven runs in the 7th inning. Baltimore did.
Right, so Baltimore's a team that is sneaky. It's young guys that are saying, we don't care who we face. We're just going to play it like it's in our backyard.
Santander and Mullins really, they really did a number on the Braves today. Then we go from 9-4 to the Mets shutting out the Rockies 1-0. The Twins shutting out Cleveland 2-0. Boston beating Philadelphia 5-3.
That's another like. I'm telling you, Joe. I didn't. I knew Boston was going to be okay this year, but I didn't see them doing what they're doing right now. Take 4 from the
Jays, yeah.
Jays and go into Philadelphia, and Philadelphia's starting to get healthy. Hoskins is the only guy that's not going to be in the line for the rest of the year, but Harper's back, so they just went and beat them there, and Jansen closed out the game for them. So Boston's surprising me. Like Sale started that game, I think he had 10 strikeouts. So Boston is really surprising me early on.
Yeah, Sale's 3-2 now. He had 10 strikeouts. He walked one. He went 6 innings, 7 hits, 3 runs, all of them earned. So and Kenley Jansen, a guy they picked up his 7th save of the year already.
And his ERA is like 0.95 or something crazy like that already, right? So, and he's a guy a couple of years ago I thought with the Dodgers, it's getting time for him to think about packing it in. And boy, oh boy, last year and this year he's really turned it around.
His ERA is 0.98 after tonight's game and all that. So other finals, White Sox beat the Reds 5-4. Like you mentioned, the Rays beat the Yankees 5-4. Cubs 4, Marlins 1, and the rest of the games are currently ongoing here. That's Major League Baseball today. And by the way,
I'll tell you something, Joe, that I'm surprised still about. And I follow everything in St. Louis because that's where I went to school, by St. Louis. I know a lot of people in St. Louis. I cannot believe the Cardinals are playing the way they are. They have 10 wins, I believe it is. They're up again tonight. 3-2 on Detroit, and they're now losing.
10-22. They're 10-22.
Like they're losing 5-3 now to Detroit. And to me, this all started when the coach called out O'Neill in the media for not hustling. And ever since that time, it's almost like these players have said, you know what? This isn't a guy we want to play for. And I don't know if that's the case or not, but it just goes hand in hand. I asked my buddy in St. Louis, is there a chance that they fire the manager? He says no, because he's just the puppet. It's the GM who's making all the decisions there. So he says he doesn't expect him to be fired.
They have the 3rd worst record in baseball. Oakland 6-20.
Oakland 6 wins. Can you?
And
they're beating Kansas City tonight.
So Blue Jays played St. Louis, and I think they lost 2 out of 3. And they played Kansas City, they lost 2 out of 3. So that they played 30 games since. St. Louis only won 8 out of 30, and Kansas City only won 4 out of 30.
I'm just baffled by what's happening in St. Louis. I really am. Like their starting pitch is not very good. Wainwright, yes, he's going to come back soon, I guess, but he's a guy that's a little older, and he probably should be retired as opposed to pitching still. They got some guys in the bullpen that throw 100 miles an hour. Hensley, Hicks. They got a couple guys out there, and they can't get guys out. I don't know what's going on there. I really cannot put my finger on it, except for the starting rotation is not doing its job. And once the coach called O'Neill out in the media, things seemed to went south from there.
It's unbelievable. By the way, Chapman is still leading the league, 351 in batting average, and Bo Bichette now leads the league with 45 hits. And,
well, Joe, I was just what's funny is I was looking because you mentioned Oakland only having 6 wins. I said, well, let's look at Oakland and see if there's anyone we can steal from there again, like we have over the last couple of years, right? I don't see anyone there. That's why they have 6 wins. There's no one there to take. There's a couple of young pitchers, but there's not a chance that Oakland trades those guys just yet. And like you said with Chapman and Bichette, Vlad, Varsho is starting to heat up a little bit. Merrifield had a couple hits today. They need more production out of their catchers. Those two, Kirk and Jansen just are not looking comfortable up there. I think Kirk had a couple hits today, but still not looking like we don't need these little CNI base hits. We want hard hits.
Yeah.
And when there's men on base, we want those guys to be driven in, and it's not happening.
Yeah, got to produce. And one other thing, if I asked you right now, who's leading the league in home runs?
In the American League?
Yep.
Man, I couldn't tell you.
Come on, it's a guy from Boston.
A guy from Boston.
Yeah, in American League.
Devers.
Yeah, he 11 home runs, and he's leading the league in RBIs with 31. We're already first month of the season done. That's a surprise. That's got to be a surprise to everybody.
Well, Devers is a really good third baseman. He can hit, he can field.
But a home run hitter?
Well, he's got power. Devers has power. And you got to remember, he's a left-handed bat. And that nice little corner in Fenway allows for him to get a few cheapies every now and then, right? So Devers does not surprise me at what he's doing. He's a guy that would have been, I think Boston re-signed him last year, would have been the top free agent if he'd come available, but he didn't. So he's back with Boston. And you got to remember, Boston has Story too, who's out. So their big guy there with Story isn't in the lap, and they're still doing this stuff.
All right. Well, Marty, the Greek has come aboard. I'm not putting him on till he takes off a Philadelphia Phillies hat. Once he takes off the Philadelphia, I know. I just want. He's showing there. Look. See?
EY. I had to just stick up for you, Billy, with Eric. Eric was watching the show, and I had to say Billy is not usually like this. He's usually very prompt. He's usually early, so don't expect that when you get to the park. He'll be there an hour before practice and game time.
Unfortunately, given some of the decisions I've made earlier in my life, I don't have the luxury of working a 4-hour-a-day job, unlike some people, and get a rather handsome vacation period and a substantial pay per hourly wage. So,
Joseph, what are you doing, Joe? How did you get that, Joe?
Marty, why did you tell him we actually got paid from all these TV experiences now? What is this? What is this? Come on,
1,000.
So wait a minute. I thought you're going to go in a room where it has better lighting, but no.
Listen. At this point in time, just take the Greek how you can get them, and that's it. Just be thankful. A guy of my caliber is still willing to put up with a low IQ individual like Marty Roberts.
All right. So low IQ individual. Give me your synopsis, even though you didn't watch the game. Because
how do you know I didn't watch?
You didn't watch.
I can do multiple things.
He's with Marty. What are those animals he's with?
Didn't you know, Joe, the Alpacas have a 60-inch plasma in the barn?
Oh, really? 60. I wonder what Billy does then. All right, what did you think of the game?
Well, absolutely. It's a testament to an off-season signing that I was, for those of you that obviously follow me, know that I was completely in favor of. It's a guy in Bassett that's proven his worth in terms of the 3-year deal, and on top of the Blue Jay rotation. Great offseason signing, and he's kind of guy that gives you a professional performance every 5 days and put an end to a losing skid. So let's give a monthly synopsis, even though we're a little into May. We're about May 5th, 6th. Let's find out. Let's play a game called Where Are We on Cinco de Mayo? Where were we? Where are the Toronto Blue Jays on Cinco de Mayo, right? Marty Roberts looking around. Look at a dizzy individual. IQ 72 to 75. Pay attention, man. Smarten up. Listen.
When I put my East York hat on, it goes down even lower.
Absolutely. Hang around with me, man. It'll be single digits. Anyways, let's find out where are the Blue Jays now. So you're about 30. You're about I don't know, less than a quarter of the season, and you're about a fifth of the season, and then you're in fourth place. And you're 8 games out of first. That's where you are. Don't give me 19-14, toughest division in baseball. Rah, 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 rah. You're in fourth place. You're 8 games out, right? And you're 8 games out in fourth place with above average performances from Kikuchi, probably more than you expected from Barrios, right? More than you expected from Bichette, more than you expected from Chapman. So
you expected Barrios. You think expecting more is a 5.36 ERA?
He give you 3 quality starts.
He did that last year too. He's doing the exact same thing as he did last year. 1 or 2 good starts and then a few crappy ones.
All right. So Goss is okay to ash the bed and give up 10 runs in 2 innings 2 times. That's okay.
But Goss effed the bed, like you just said. His ERA is still 3.8. So that tells you what he does in every other start.
You look at 3.8 like it's something. Maybe it's something for a guy like you, but I'm a kind of guy that's accustomed to the low twos when we're talking about my ERA. You might have been a 4+ guy, but I'm around 2, and I'm not talking about the Mendoza line at the plate, pal. I'm talking about my ERA.
Know if this is true. Maybe you can answer this for me, Billy. I don't know, because after you started pitching, they decided to bring in rookie ball so they wouldn't have to face you anymore, and they brought a machine in. Is this true?
Here's what I can confirm. And I'm just looking for the box score. I can't find it anywhere. I've told the people, where is this guy? Look at that look at that.
Look at how terrible jersey. That looks. Look at that.
Wow, you better call Bell back.
That's a beautiful jersey right there. What are you talking about? Look at him. Look half retarded. There he is. Hey, where are the bars up here? Yeah. So pay attention. Eric, pay attention. You're a skipper right here, the big guy, man, that's going to put you in the lineup if you're a good boy.
Don't scare him to Oshawa.
When you come to East York, man, you're going to love it, man. It's a cream of the crop organization led by yours truly. Here's what I got, man, in my back pocket. And I've told you guys before on Mometu, on Fired Up, on my program, everywhere. This guy over here holds a record. I think it could be in all of baseball in the whole world. 7 innings pitched, 20 strikeouts. Is there a guy out there, Marty Roberts? I ask you, do you think there's a possibility of a human being on planet Earth that's ever struck out 21 in a 7-inning game that can eclipse the Greek?
Yes. William
the really?
Portuguese.
You've been around. You ever seen 21 strikeout game in 7 innings? Marty Roberts?
You just said 20. Now you got 21.
Yeah, but 21 is what it takes to beat me, baby. This guy doesn't have it. You sure as hell haven't got off your couch.
How many 20s did it cost you to pay the other team to miss?
Look, when you got a guy like me and you start the breaking ball behind the guy's ear and he's in a dugout almost thinking he's gonna get killed, and I dip it down and away, baby. That's only stuff that legends
you were that guy throwing the curveballs in Mosquito, and then when they got the peewee,
we got 2 minutes remaining in the show. 2 minutes remaining in the show. 2 minutes remaining in the show. Marty's treating me to Wendy's hamburger.
Yeah, Marty's treating you to Wendy's. Sure he is, man. Marty Marty treats his fat ass to a steak once every 2 months, man, and drops a couple
Billy, Blue Jays we talked about already, but I gotta get your thoughts. Joel Embiid got the MVP trophy. He's there with his kid, and he's crying. And then comes up, and Boston defeats the 76ers tonight. They take 2-1 lead, 114-102, I think it was. Your thoughts, because you're the biggest 76 blower. Go ahead.
I'm a partial 76er fan. A piece of me obviously retired with the exodus of Allen Iverson into retirement. So I'm a quasi-Sixer fan. I don't really give a rat's ass to tell you the truth, but there is some memory there. As for Joel Embiid, you won an MVP because you didn't get it last year, because you didn't get it the year before. The MVP in basketball is Jokic, hands down. Again, but given the fact he's won 2 in a row, there's this sentiment that if you give him 3, then that puts him on a different pedestal. I don't know how the NBA works, their MVP and their voting. If you want to know, go find out Alex Campbell. He wrote a nice little article on the Fired Up Network about the MVP.
Oh, you actually could read? Wow.
I could read. You know what, man? Do not take and be fooled by my boyish good looks, man.
I'm not fooled by that. I'm not fooled by that. All right. So
do you want me to go? I don't know, man. I'm getting frustrated continuously being embarrassed on national
TV. I'm not embarrassing you.
Do you want me to
New Jersey?
Would you like me to go and get you my transcripts?
Carolina, New Jersey,
do you want me to show you that I was on the
I didn't even hear what he had to say. I'm in a great mood with Cinco de Mayo, man. Let's start bailando. Billy, come on. Let's start bailando.
Yeah, let's take a look there, man, at the big guy right there. Look at him, man. He's sure getting ready to roll this weekend.
All right. Anyways, Marty, I think there's 5 minutes left in that game, right? Carolina, New Jersey. Carolina all over New Jersey. Last time I looked, it was 4-1. Still 4-1, it looks like.
6-1.
6-1. All right, so Carolina wins up 2-0. Last series, New Jersey lost the first 2 games and then came back and won in 7 games. Billy, what do you think? Do you think they're going to do it, or is Carolina going to?
I read the series much like everything else that I'm doing these days, completely backwards.
He says New Jersey in a sweep.
I like New Jersey. I questioned Carolina, and they're sticking it up my cornhole, man, in terms of their production. But again, Marty likes cornholes. Look at him smile, man. He's found a few in his time anyway.
I almost spit my water in.
He's found a few in his time. Don't kid yourself. After a couple of wobbly ones up north, man, where he is, man, all hell breaks loose. Anyways, I was wrong. What do you want me to say? I read it completely wrong, like a retard.
It takes a real man to admit when he's wrong. See,
but also keep in mind too that if you've come back historically from 2-0, psychologically, you can do it again. Maybe Carolina's a better competition than the Rangers. I don't know, and that also bodes something for the Leafs. The series is not over in terms of Toronto, Florida. 2-0, obviously you don't want to be there, but Joe, all you got to do really is just win a hockey game, man. Just win a hockey game and relax. You get to 2-1, then all of a sudden you can breathe a little bit. You're okay. You're playing. You're in the series, right? Win a hockey game. Nothing more, baby.
I'm extending this for 2 more minutes because we have a question from Ralph. I can't pronounce his last name, Merabonis. He wants to know, a Greek, what do you do to celebrate Cinco de Mayo?
I don't know. Sometimes I'm in the mood, Ralphie, man, that I get a little frisky and I might end up calling your girlfriend. And just, I don't know.
All right, Marty, I'm going to go to you. I should have gone to you in the first place. But, Marty.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Who is this guy asking me silly? This is a sports show, dude. You're asking me what I do on Cinco de Mayo like I'm some kind of clown here to amuse you? Yeah, I call your girlfriend and I wine and dine her, man. What do you think I do? Don't waste the Greek's time. Don't waste the Greek's time with these.
Murphy is very upset with you.
I'm not in a good mood. Don't waste the Greek's time with these silly questions. My time's very valuable.
Upset with you after hearing this.
My time's very valuable. Don't waste my silly
Marty,
questions, Ralphie.
Let's go with you. Cinco de Mayo, what does that mean for you, Marty? Cinco de Mayo.
It means that this time it fell on a Friday.
All right. So, Billy, I'm going to go back to you. Do you know you're going to wake up tomorrow morning at 4 a.m. to watch the coronation of the king?
Yeah, absolutely. Not only am I going to do that, but I work at a certain facility that helps shape the lives of people that have underlying issues with mental health and substance abuse. And I've told them it's going to be a mandatory visit by me. I'm going to wake up and wake them out of bed tomorrow, and they're all going to have to watch the coronation and pay their respects to the king and to the monarchy. Absolutely.
All right. So quickly, we're going to do a small preview of tomorrow's only hockey game. It is Edmonton.
You said 2 minutes, one. Edmonton. How long you want to roll, baby?
You talk for 2 minutes. If I give it to Marty, we got 40 seconds left. All right.
If I'm talking to you, you're like
two things.
To be determined. Hold on. Let me get a word in, Joe. Let's just say the show will go on and will determine when it closes, when the Greek says it's going to close.
All right, on that note, thanks for watching the Fired Up Network. Hopefully you have a great Cinco de Mayo.
Joseph, you got a big day happening tomorrow, and you don't even mention the Kentucky Derby.
I was going to mention the last thing I was going to tell, because the Greek, for people who don't know, we're joking aside, but this guy's the best prognosticator in horses, in football, in lacrosse. Congratulations to the Toronto Marlies, by the way. They advanced to the next round, the semifinals in the AHL. They won 4-1, beat the Utica Comets. So congratulations. The first game starts on
Do I look like a rapper, Marty?
So first game starts on Thursday, and congratulations to the Toronto Marlies. Also, congratulations. They move on to the Eastern Conference Final.
Who cares?
The Toronto Rock lacrosse.
Talk about the Greek a little. Who
Halifax, 15-11 in Hamilton. Okay, you want to talk about the Greek a little bit?
Greek.
All right.
Talk about the Eastern Bulldogs, baby.
Okay, wait. One of my favorite Greeks is leaving tomorrow for Jamaica. I wish you a great holiday. Hopefully you'll enjoy the white sand. Have you ever been to Jamaica, Billy?
That's one part of the world that I can't say that I've been, actually, as a matter of fact.
All right, Marty, pull out your wallet, take me and Billy, and pay for it to go to Jamaica and visit.
Billy. What do you want to do? Stock?
No, well, you need some digits, right? You need some digits, and you need some other stuff, right, Billy? All right. So again, hopefully you have a nice vacation.
Hold on, man. Let's talk a little sports here, Double J.
I'm talking a little bit sports. Hold on. Hopefully you have a great vacation with your daughter and all that. And let's go to Marty. anything in the sports world that you want to touch on, Marty. You got it. Go ahead.
Well, I just finished telling you the Kentucky Derby's
All
running
right.
tomorrow.
So who's your favorite?
Well, you know what's interesting? There's been 2 deaths in the last 5 days at the Kentucky Derby, and one of the trainers has been suspended indefinitely, and his horse is being removed from the Kentucky Derby that runs tomorrow. I have Angel of Empire as the winner tomorrow in the Kentucky Derby.
All right, Billy.
I like whoever's coming out. Marty, take a look at the program. Tell me who's coming out of the 16 hole, man. That's where I'm at.
Raising Cane, 34-1.
34-1. You should key them on top with a couple of numbers behind and come and thank me when it's done. You get.
And who's
I'm giving you a $70 winner. Pay attention.
There is no 5-2s. The lowest one is 5-1, which is, I believe, Forte is 5-1.
Yeah, so when you have a betting board like that and you got a favorite at 5-1, $12 winner, man, that tells you anybody in the race can win it. Let's not forget some historical moves. TJ's like what's the horse? Mind That Bird in the Kentucky Derby won at an outrageous price some years back. Yep. And again, when there's no clear cut winner, then you know what, you should go shopping. If you're looking for a price, just go shopping and land on the 16 and thank me in the morning.
All right. So, and Billy wants to talk about sports. So tomorrow there's only one playoff hockey game. Marty Roberts has turned out the lights. It's Edmonton and Vegas. A must win for Edmonton.
No, Joe. That's not a must win.
It is a must win.
Really, we use that term so often in sports.
All right. Well, let me ask you, is it a must win for the Maple Leafs?
Yeah, not really. No,
not really. So, Marty, wait a minute. Hold on. Sit back, Reek. Marty, so Maple Leafs go down 3-0, and you're telling me they still have a chance?
No, they don't. They go down 3-0, they're done.
Done, fellas. Again, never say never in the world of sports. We're talking about a Florida team that got through the back door, like Marty likes. You know, Marty knows a thing or two about the back doors and the corners. But the bottom line is they came in through the back, right, Marty? And again, let's not give them too much credit. They're on a heater, but they could just as easily go the other way. But Broski, as I've told you guys, for those potato heads that want to listen, he can be the best goalie in the world for a period of time. I told you that months ago. Marty scoffed at me. He laughed at me. But here's the other thing. He can also revert back to being the worst goalie in the world in a blink of an eye in Florida. Don't count your chickens before they hatch, Florida, right? Do not count your chickens. Even if you get game 3 at some point in time, maybe then with the backs against the wall and big Justin Holl back in the lineup, maybe the boys wake
Justin
up.
Holl is coming back in the lineup for the.
He should, man. It's not only it's a shame for a guy that's a Norris caliber guy to be sitting out in favor of a kid like Liljegren. It's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. All right, since this guy's not saying about Edmonton, Vegas, what are you, Marty? Go ahead.
Well, who's going to start tomorrow night for Edmonton? Is it going to be?
It's a game time decision. That's what the coach said.
I still can't believe that Campbell, after he won that game in overtime from, he didn't go back in net.
Yeah.
So you would think at this point in time that he will be used to bail out the Oilers one more time. At some point, they're going to turn to him if things continue to be rocky in oil country. And again, do you pull that trigger now, or do you put that in your back pocket and save it for a possible game 3?
I would think that you'd want to do it now as opposed to wait till you're possibly down 2-0 or 3-0.
All right, so
right, that's why I don't see Keefe putting all his money in a backup goalie, because it's his future. If he loses with putting a backup goalie in, he's going to be questioned for right?
Okay, I understand that. But what about those? Obviously, what about the sentiment that is as follows? If Wall plays in the Toronto net, the Leafs, given the fact he's a kid, will play a better defensive game.
Oh, great. Right when he makes a not bad point, instead of arguing and all that. And look, so hopefully he'll come back here.
He'll be right back. He'll be right back.
Yeah, let's see. Anyways, Marty. So Edmonton and Vegas. Who's your pick? He's coming back in now. So one.
You know, I'm gonna go tomorrow. I'm gonna go with Edmonton. Well, because I don't think that they lose back-to-back to Vegas. I really don't. And for some reason, I just think that they're going to throw Campbell in net tomorrow. And I think that's going to be the difference maker for Edmonton is Campbell in net. That's what I think.
All right. On that note, he says he has
Hold
to go to.
hold on. Before I go, I was in the middle of a
Good soliloquy. Come on.
a semi-serious thought. Hold on. Give the Greek a little clue.
Billy has a burning ring right now.
He has to take care of his cornhole. He's here again. All right. So he's going to take care of his cornhole. And
his burning ring.
That's right. All right, Marty, tell everybody how they could get a hold of you.
Yeah, you can follow me, Old Lefty 22, Instagram, Twitter, at the ballpark at Stan Wadlow 5:45 on Sunday.
God, I'm talking to myself, and you're already telling your handle to the people when the Greek's in the middle of delivering.
You got already. Come on. You
keep cutting me off, man.
I didn't cut you off. Look at the sign here. Come on.
Hold on. Get a word. So, Marty, what about it, kid? Would the Leafs play a more judicious, Joe, easy, big word here. You don't understand it, Joe. A judicious game from a defensive perspective if they.
All right. On that note.
Here, I'm going to answer because I know what he's saying. But so he thinks that they're going to play more defensive style game if Wall is in net, but they only gave up 3 anyways in the first game versus Florida. So I don't know how much better you could do. And one of them should have been a 2-2 game because the one bad goal. So I don't think it makes a difference if Wall's in net of the type of defense they're going to play. And like I said, Keefe is not going to put his future. It's easy to say if he leaves Samsonov in net or Murray, whoever it is, and he loses, this is what you gave me. But if he brings a rookie in to play and they lose, it's why would you make that
fair
decision?
Enough. But here's what
Did you ever watch Moneyball? And watch what?
Yeah, I understand. But here's what I will tell you. Fortune favors the brave, Marty Roberts. You make a move of that magnitude, you can catch lightning in a bottle. And here's the other difference from Samsonov. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. You guys followed the game.
Looking like a true gambler.
Hold on. Correct me if I'm wrong. You guys followed the game for as long as I have, right? You're not as smart, but you still followed it for a long time. Do you guys see? Don't shake your head, Joe. Just listen. Answer the Greek's question. Do you guys see when Samsonov is in net? I see more net when I see shooters than the average goaltender.
He's on the ice half the time.
I see a guy that's not good on his angles. I see a guy that overplays everything. I see a guy that leaves a lot of net. Every time the puck is shot to me, I see net everywhere. Whereas you got a guy in Wall 6'3", less net, less. And to me, at this point in time, do you guys agree that if you change the goaltenders, it's 2-0 Toronto right now?
That may be the case, but like Marty said,
I don't think with Wall in that. No, it wouldn't be 2-0.
Well, it would be 1-1. That goal that Samsonov gave up there.
Yeah, but you're okay. Yes, okay. So Samsonov allowed that goal. Who's to say that Wall wouldn't allowed another goal like that?
You never know.
We're going with hypotheticals here. If my aunt had balls, she'd be my uncle,
listen,
right?
Don't talk like that on
Who's your uncle,
man.
Billy's your uncle?
Don't, Marty. This is on national. Don't talk like that on Mometu, pal. I'm warning you for the last time. Foul language will not be tolerated.
Wait a minute, Greek. With all due respect, Marty is the star. One of the stars of the FiredUp Network.
I heard.
By the way, that person.
First of all, the guy that called Marty the star, I don't care if he's the boss of the thing, man. He's got to be. His IQ's got to be called into question too. Whoever this
he did have an East York uniform on. He had an East York uniform.
Whatever if he had an East York uniform, we don't give uniforms like this to everybody, pal. Only a select few wear these colors.
And who pays $70 for it? That's where you get it from. If Murray was healthy, who's to say he's not? I don't know if he is or not.
Yeah, that's the question that nobody's talking about.
Right? If Murray was healthy, I could have saw Keefe put Murray in. I really could. I just don't see it with Wall unless Samsonov goes into the game tomorrow.
And he's injured.
Gives up a couple bad ones. He is injured. You can tell he's injured. I don't know if you saw him down on one knee, taking his time. So he is fighting an injury. There's no question about it. Is that bad enough to keep him up? I don't know if it is. But if he goes in tomorrow and he allows a shaky goal on the first shot or first couple shots, I can see then Keefe saying, you know what, let's pull this out and see if this will change things. But I won't see him start with a rookie goaltender. I just can't see it.
Well, again, with an IQ under 100, you can't see a lot of things, man. Here's what we do need, though.
Well,
Hold on, man. Let the Greek get a word in. Here's what we do need. Remember Tanya Harding with a bat on Samsonov's knee? Who was the broad that did that business to her? Was Tanya Harding, and who was the other one? Kerrigan? Nancy what?
Nancy Kerrigan is the one who got beat up.
Yeah, and Tanya Harding did that.
Beating
Imagine that, You're in the Olympics. Like, when you think back on some of the stuff that's happened in the world of sports, you lose your mind. So they're competing at the Olympics, and she goes, you know what, in the morning, I'm going to go bash her knee with a hammer to win the gold medal, man. That's beautiful stuff.
Now, did you see that before or after you struck out the 20 guys?
Oh, man. Do you want me to get the box score? Is that what you're asking me to do?
Yeah, get the box score.
Yeah, I need
pal. I can settle this very easily, man. I'm just limbering up right now. Feel pretty good. What do you say? What do you say, big boy? What? Hold on. I put the challenges, and you always cower. Nasupai, man. For Vasse. Let me ask you something. How about a game of Burpee with the Greek?
Oh, we can play some.
How about a game of Burpee with the Greek, big boy? And you get in that box.
Hey, I want to know who's throwing BP on Sunday. You?
What do you think I brought you there?
Not me. I'm not. Eric Smith is looking to take a few to Stan Waldo to get that friggin' 3-hole on Monday against North York.
Well, it's going to be a volunteer position. So whoever, obviously, we'll figure it out. We got a fellow by the name of Jimmy Eliopoulos. He's reconstructed his whole body.
All right, I have a message for the Greek.
I'd make it a good one, not a single mile.
I hear, you know who sends this?
Is this Ralph again?
No, you know who sends this, all right? Tell the Greek Emilio says hi to him, all right?
Wow.
So
Emilio, my man at Vivid Tanning at Coxwell, he's been there for a lifetime. This guy's a community guy. He's just a beautiful guy. He's got a beautiful young boy, and he does a lot of good things, man. And if you want to look like the Greek, tan, like I haven't been a tan in a while, as you can see. It's not like me, but Coxwell and Danforth, Emilio Vivid Tanning. What's going on, Emilio? Nice to see you. Anyways, what were we talking about?
Marty, do you have any shout-outs to give? And by the way, Marty, on Monday, I'm going to try to, because Rumek and the Greek have a great producer, all right? I'm going to try to endeavor to get some specialties, because it's Wednesday, Rumek's 68th birthday. 68 years ago, what do you say? The borderline Hall of Famer was born.
Sleeping pill.
Yeah. What do you have on Monday's show, which may happen at 6, may happen at 3, may happen at 4, may happen whatever time I decide. Go ahead. Who do you have on Monday?
At this point in time, we got absolutely nobody, nothing, absolutely limited entertainment. But here's what you're going to do. Here's what you will have, and that's yours truly. As always, man, I'm going to be there. I'm going to set rules.
Wait, hold on.
Oh, not as always. Not as always.
Listen, at the end of the day, there's nobody as handsome, as talented as this guy over here. Monday, 7 p.m. I don't know. Pay attention.
7 p.m. You heard that. He said it.
Or 6 or 5. We'll see. We'll see how I feel. Big game. Forget the broadcast. I'll cancel the broadcast. I don't tell you. I'm a crazy guy. East York Bulldogs at North York Bond Park. Season opener. Bond Park. Lawrence and God Underhill, if I remember correctly. Is that right, Marty?
Just say Leslie and Lawrence area.
Leslie and Lawrence area.
Off of Bond Avenue.
Bond Avenue. 7:30 p.m. start time. The East York,
the house that the Newfie built.
Yeah. Well, you did have a stellar career, but the reigning TBA champion East York Bulldogs defend their crown, their season. That wasn't a limit, but the season crown, and we take it to Bond Park Monday, 7:30. Man, look at it. I'm looking forward to it. I can't deny that. I'm really excited.
Since you never shut up, I said we're going to finish at 10:30. So give people, let's preview that game. You're the manager of this of East York Bulldogs, all right? You're greatest team and all that. Let's go against Vaughan. You're going against Vaughan. Give me
North York. North York.
Okay, so North York. Come on, give me a preview of that game.
Well, obviously, when you're talking about the East
York sorry, we've got no time, Billy. So
no way. So what are you playing games with me? With my emotions?
No. Go ahead.
Are you going to let me? Obviously, for those of you watching, the East York Bulldogs, under my tutelage, alongside Mr. Marty Roberts, are a top 5 team in the province. I would say that that's not an over exaggeration, Marty. With top 5 in the province, I took this team. I built this team from crumbs, from nothing, from a last place team, and I raised them up. You know how? With a lot of wisdom, a lot of heart over here, and just a lot of strategy, man. And I surround myself with good people like Marty Roberts. He knows when you talk about pitching coaches, there's nobody better than this guy. I'm going to tell you why. If you want to know people, you want to hire this guy to teach your kids how to pitch any age, he'll do it, and he'll give you a good price, this guy, I'm telling you. So what he'll do is he'll dress, and when you look at this guy, you'll think he came right out of the movies, like a baseball coach. Like, you couldn't cast a better character. This guy, he's got baseball written all over him. Look at that mug, right? And you know what he does? He gets a pack of sunflower seeds, this guy, right? And he puts them in his mouth, chews them up. But when he's spitting them out, he looks like he's on TV, man. Better than any MLB guy. And he walks around for 3 hours. He does nothing, but everybody loves him and thinks he's magical, but he never says a word to the players. He just walks around. I don't know how he does it, folks. This has led him to a position at Durham College. The guy does nothing, but everybody loves him. You go figure, man. Marty Roberts, the rookie sensation.
Face everyone loves.
That's right. I can't argue with that, Marty. And we're very excited. And you know me, I'm a very humble guy. We're very excited to have you just join us on a part-time basis this year. We really look forward to it. Your presence adds a lot to the club. It adds a lot to my life. You're one of my better friends. And just getting a chance to see you, spend that time together on the dugout, shoot the shit, have some laughs. For me, it's valuable time. I really enjoy your company. And furthermore, the kids around you. I've always seen that guys, they gravitate to you. They really enjoy you. And for me, as I try to build that kind of camaraderie, man, you're an integral part of what we're doing. You were sorely missed last year. And we hope with your addition this year, we can go on to do bigger and better things.
I'm going to start blushing here.
I tell you, Marty, I'm not an asshole all the time. I know. I said maybe that Roberts brothers are adopted, but I'm not an asshole every day. That's the truth, man. You know I love you to death. That's how I feel about you. Glad to have you back on a part-time basis. Because at the end of the day, all jokes aside, we both have one common love, and that's the game of baseball, right? To some degree, we love the game. We love to be a part of it and everything that comes with it. So hopefully we can have some good memories this year. And there's about 3 guys that I need you to prepare. 2 guys from the left side that are just terrible. Sadhu's one of them, right? I need you to work on that guy. Sadhu is one of he's a left-handed pitcher since 85, 87, right? One of our better guys, but his mechanics are out of whack. Can't control the baseball, his delivery. Poor guy lost vision in one eye last year, so he struggled a little bit. We need Marty to get on him, correct him. That's going to be the job of one Marty Sunday. Get that kid right. Get him in the zone, kid. You know what to do.
And on that note,
no, hold on, no.
You want more? Double J?
This was too good from the Greek. So I'm gonna give a sneak peek to your team right now on the Fired Up Network. What's your motivational speech before the game?
Oh yeah, baby. So the
wait a minute. This is the world champion East York Bulldog manager, Billy Jorgansakis the Greek, who I made his career famous in the media here, all right? Even some guy named Joe says that, all right? So here, the spotlight's on you. Go ahead, manager.
I hate, when I'm looking at myself, I hate talking. I'm going to look every man in the eyes while I light a cigarette. I'm going to have a couple drags.
No cigarette. I just gave you
I'm not now. I'm talking with my boys. That's what I do. I light cigarettes ahead of the victory and post-game cigarettes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look them in the eyes and I'm going to ask them, what are you willing to do for love? If you love
I'm willing to get married.
Nah, forget. Smarten up, man. When you play baseball, if you're not in love, man, with the jersey, and if you don't have butterflies at 2:30 in the afternoon on game day, I don't want you. If you're not excited to come to the park, if your girlfriend's more important, or you want to go to the cottage, or you want to go here, instead of coming down to the ball yard to put on the uniform that one day you're going to regret taking off, man. You're going to regret it. When they take it off you and they tell you you're a bum, you can no longer play, you'll have regret. So you better enjoy it while you're young before they rip that uniform away. So you come express your love. And for that, if you get in trouble during the season and you need somebody to bail you out, I'll put some money down.
All right. That is his pre-game speech. So again, Sunday, what time?
Wait till you hear the post game speech.
The post game we can't play that because it's going to be F this, F that, F that. Why did we lose? It's Marty Roberts' fault? Okay, let's go to Wednesday.
No, I don't. You know what? Marty knows I'm a sore loser. Post game losing at East York is not a good environment to be in, man. Nobody likes it after when the Greek's on the losing end, and I gotta go home and tell Howie Bernie via text. Lee Side 4, East York 2. I don't like that. It ruins my sleep, my night, my day. So don't make me feel that way, guys. I'm warning you. Anyways.
All right. So on that
Yes, Howie Bernie, man. East York owns Lee Side. If there's a 1 in 1,000 chance, you old bugger, you're watching this. I know you snoop around social media at this time, you wily coyote. East York, hey, Marty, he does. He's a sneaky bastard, that one. We're going to get you, Bernie, this year, man. You beat us last year in the TBA finals, 5-4 in game 3. We got payback for you, Howie Bernie, when you come into the crib May 20th, 3 p.m. You know what? Take the commute, Howie. You're in Leaside, man, and you never took a road trip in 10 years. We'll call a limo for you to bring you to East York, pal, so you can watch the pounding we give your Leaside Leafs.
All right, so Marty, Game 3 of the Maple Leafs series start at 6:30 on Sunday, meaning about 9:30. Are you going to be here on the post-game Maple Leafs? Greek will not be. I'm barring the Greek. Here's added incentive. Here's added incentive. If the Greek and East York Bulldogs win on Sunday, Greek will be on. Greek will be on. Greek will be on. If you practice. You can lose at practice too. All right. Okay. Are you going to be on here on Sunday, Marty?
I should be if it's 9:30.
All right. Greek.
I wouldn't. This is for me to put such joy and passion from my heart and my soul to the thousands of people that watch us. What a privilege it is for me to inspire you guys, educate you guys, smack you around. What better course of action can a man find for an hour in his night other than a little, you know what I'm saying, Marty Roberts up and Barry there. Eh, kid? Look at him. That boy, Marty.
On that note, all right, Marty, again, give away your social media there, and that's it as we close out.
Marty Roberts, Old Lefty, Stroke Fest 22.
You know, it's so funny that he's talking about choking chickens, yet he's taking me to Swiss Chalet on Sunday.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm going to turn the tables, man. I'm going to say, you know what? After I'm done my meal, I'm stepping out for a cigarette. I'm going right in the car to Wadlow, man. Let you and Jimmy figure it out anyways.
All right, go ahead, Marty.
Old Lefty 22.
And
Twitter,
Billy,
Instagram.
Again, Billy Rumack and the Greek, Monday.
Follow the Greeks page. Go to my page, follow, get notifications. We're on every week, me and Storm and Norman, or a variety of people in my absence at times. Alex Campbell's on there. We have some great guys. Marty's been on there a few times. It's a good hour. We got the Costa Classic Carpets for Life. And again, it's just kind of almost like this, but it's with the borderline Hall of Famer, the sleeping pill, and I slap him around for all the times that he destroyed Southern Ontario. You know that guy, Joe? Obviously, he built his name on running over people in the middle of the night on the radio, right? And you know what? Payback's a bitch, Rumack. The Greek was sent by the people that get even with you, pal. So Monday, it's going to be another Rumack Shalak.
Yeah, it's also his birthday celebration.
It doesn't matter. There's no
the heavy hitter on. I want the heavy hitter on, he says. The heavy hitter for his birthday. That's what he wants.
The heavy hitter will be, for those of you that don't know, obviously my right-hand man, the heavy hitter, will be checking in and doing reports live from Fort Lauderdale in Florida game day. So just follow me for those as well.
All right. Yeah, that's a perfect song here. So, again, you're watching the Fired Up Network Sports Wrap Up. Marty Roberts, Greek. Hopefully, Greek comes back. But on that note, stay tuned for more great programming here on the Fired Up Network. And Patricia and Lexus, have a great, great time in Jamaica. Enjoy your holiday. Peace out to Marty Roberts.